Is this a game where it could do quite well?
It's interesting. There's no BKB piercing disables, and I think like Rage overall, looking at the heroes that he's playing against, I mean, Rage looks really strong, right? Versus Mirana, versus Earth Spirit, versus Jakiro. The only one that he really has to worry about, I guess, is the Naga Siren. Like, Nagas can be one of those kind of ways of counter. It is pretty much a counter to Lifestealer, but if Lifestealer can get off to a fast start, fast items, his itemization will probably be a Maelstrom, so maybe he'll have the itemization. It's an interesting pick.
Now let's see if Raven can do it. They may have lost the first game GeekFam, but Raven did have a very good performance. Let's see if he can, give a good enough performance this time around to get themselves the win against TNC. As we get ourselves into game 2, ladies and gentlemen.
What? Yes, I just did that.
So yeah, I mean, because that is going to be the power of the Lifestealer early on, right? It's not going to be too easy for them to pull off successful ganks onto him unless they're able to get in with like the Earth Spirit silence. Everything else, Raven's going to be able to rage and react to rage, TP away. He could be, he can play a very similar style to how he played his Troll last game, right? Just sort of playing out farming solo, but also knowing that he can get himself out of sort of the greedier positions that he might want to be in on the map to get that farm.
Yeah, like the things you have to worry about, I guess, later on, we can say is like a song into an arrow, a Yules into an Aether Remnant. Like those type of things will be annoying for him to deal with in a way, but besides that, until that point, he should be very strong. And we already see the item chosen. Like he's gonna go straight for that Maelstrom to match the farm of the Naga and also be able to address the Naga as it progresses later on. So he should be pretty strong, and his lane should be really good too. So I'm very interested to see them play with this Lifestealer, because I think they're going to play really fast-paced. Because he has a lot of ways to get into the back line. He has an Ember Spirit as well as a Tiny that can always jump him in. By the way, that is a Ember off lane. Just going to put that one out there too. So some different things coming out, and an Earth Spirit mid coming out from TNC. So change.
Yeah, just to see how they say respectively Armel and Cuckoo will be able to do on each side with these heroes. We're going to see already Zephyr CPing down to the bottom lane. They're going to switch up the support positions. White one choosing to play in that top lane, and Zephyr wanting to play that bottom lane. I guess this is what they're just trying to get the Grimstroke against the Naga Siren lane, right?
It's either that or it's just they want to have the White Mon versus the Mirana.
Oh, okay.
Nate's Prophet versus Mirana, you can never arrow, but you can't actually contribute anything. You lose the right-click war, you get blocked by treants all the time, and they can block the pull, as we see Whitemon doing right now. Blocks both pulls, the treant as well as his body. Very nicely done there. And then, yeah, it's probably also just a double benefit having Zephyr bottom versus Gabby as well. So do like these setups here. This lane setup here for GeekFam quite a bit this time around.
Yeah, and then the mid lane matchup, I mean, Carl versus Armel. I mean, surely K is expected to sort of win out, right, in terms of the CS. I mean, are there any sort of cool tricks Armel can play against? But Armel could look for opportunities to get K under the tower with a kick, or what goes on here?
I think I think Armel will also farm pretty well because you use your kick on all the range creeps. You're going to be able to secure that one. You just have a slight base damage disadvantage. You can trade better though. Like if you just end up being in a right click with Carl as the Earth Spirit, you actually traded really well because you have that high armor in comparison. But that combo, avalanche and toss is always just such a threat. So we'll probably see Carl come out by a little bit.
Yeah, but nonetheless, a fun yeah, he might actually have a chance here with toss. He's going to have it, okay? He does it. It's the level 3 and no hesitation at all. He's got the point in all of his abilities, and the combo has the Earth Spirit gone.
Okay, he's going to come out quite a bit ahead now after that. Take that one back real quick there. Good aggressive play coming up from there. He was actually just trading the right clicks, and don't think Armel expected that. Armel's in, he rolls in, gets tossed under tower. Armel?
Oh, he's going to take a lot of tower hits from this. I mean, he won't die. K doesn't mind trading there as his bottle himself came out. I guess Armel did come back into lane with the bottle also, so at least a way to redo that. But a little feisty there from Armel, charging in close to the tower. Does have to be careful using that roll if K's got the tops available.
Yeah, maybe some frustration too from him, right? Because he is going to start getting smashed now in the lane. After you get killed once, it's usually tough to just trade even or just recover.
tempted to go on to March. He's going to try for this. Sets up with the slow. They'll have the stun follow from Zephyr. And with that final bit of slow March,
bottom tower is under attack.
He's got that move speed. He's going to pop the salve. He's got a tango going as well. The Raven will cancel this.
He's got to commit for it.
He's certainly going to try for it. And one more hit for Raven. Oh, get the move speed. Marchie's keeping out the range. Open Wounds is back up. Raven will finally be able to claim the kill.
But he missed, what, 3, 4, 5, maybe 5 creeps or so in the lane to just chase after that kill. Might actually have been worth it for March, like just walking away there. They will get a kill, like you said though, Raven. And he does TP back to the lane, so only some slight amount lost, but at least something. March, as he dies, he TP's back mid. We've seen this before. He fills up the bottle. We're also checking with Tim's for it, and K actually won't be able to get White Bomb.
This is going to get a kill on White Bomb for sure. K will be able to run away there. Yeah, good reactions again. We're seeing these teams very good at focusing around that 4-minute bounty, 4-minute power rune. For good reason there. It allows them to get kills like that, TNC.
Much more even lanes this time around. Cuckoo top looks like he might just get ran down here. Tim's with this DD, more than enough damage.
Yeah, getting some of the benefit out from that DD rune pick up of 2 kills, and Cuckoo being knocked back.
Okay, just went for a toss back, but tossed a creep in to the tower. He hits level 6 now, though, so the Tiny much stronger now in that matchup.
The prize is mine.
Spirit will not be able to hold his ground. So Armel is really going to start falling behind after that death, and this lane just gets way harder.
Tim's as well continues to be elusive with his map movements, gets over, takes the bounty room before White Bomb TP's in and is able to secure it for themselves. Tim's making some very nice moves already.
And it was KP's bottle, so he will fill that up for KP.
Radiant structures
Bottom.
are fortified.
Almost find Gabby. March. We'll build the back away as well.
That's the farm on the side lanes. Gabby 29 for 3, and the same against Raven 27 for 4. So pretty much even farm here between the 2 cores down on the bottom lane. Yeah, going to have another goal to Gabby. He did. And this time, he will go down. Raven's able to get the kill there. Gabby, I don't know, maybe not expecting Zephyr to be quick to set up with Raven with that ink swell. But yeah, walking into his own death.
That's yeah, I can't believe he walked up, actually. That was really surprising. Like, Grimstroke is one of the best. This is why this hero's picked up. You're like the best killing hero in lane in the game. So he just kind of feeds his life away to Raven to give him a super good timing. That's going to be phase boots halfway to a javelin already on that lifestealer. It's going to be really fast maelstrom timing.
I mean, is Gabby even going to return? Does he go back to that bottom lane now? Or, I mean, like, because I'm seeing top KP's about to hit the 6. Like, is there a world where it's safer for him to just go and farm down the top half of the map away from this grim lifestealer lane?
It might be, but at the same time, too, it's like top is fantastic for him either. That's the thing, is like, Ember Spirit is really good versus Nagasarn, especially in the early game, with the damage that builds up from Flame Guard. So he's kind of in a weird spot of where he can go now, but he might just have to go. I mean, he can TP top and set up for a kill with KP, and then that's his home, right? So that could be the possibility. But yeah, bottom might just be too scary for him at this moment.
See mid. Again, TNC able to keep control of the power runes. Armel's able to refill his ball. And it's going to be
in a jungle.
Go for the safe play.
Dyer's
Keep himself deep in his
bottom
half of the map. They've got a ward down, so they know that he's going to be pretty safe in it. Gabby, he's going to snake.
At least one as well.
Okay, they're going to get the arrow in. Tim's bringing him low. The magnetized spot from Armel. Is it enough to do it? Another rock down to keep it going. That should kill K, and it will. Tiny's down.
He's going forward.
This was a brilliant magnetize from Armel, and with that kick forward, secures himself the double. A fantastic ult there from Armel as he gets to level 6 online. He sets up for 2 kills in mid.
Very nice rotations from his supports as well to back him up when he does go for that play. Uses all of his stones. He will have them start replenishing, but he did have to commit the entire toolkit there for going for that kill. Cuckoo top, trying to press to the tower. KP will have his bottle refilled. And Tim's maybe just arrow that catapult, get it out of there. Yeah.
I mean, with the Nuggets falling back to the jungle, do GeekFam need to start getting a little active onto TNC's map? Like, can you let Gabby get this farm in the jungle at the moment? Is that something that you need to be too sort of worried about shutting down GeekFam early?
I think K should definitely be doing the move he's doing right now. This is perfect. I think Armel used Magnetize, so you know he can't counter gank as well, and you have a Nature's Prophet on the team. You should definitely take advantage of this time, try to take down that tower so you have easier access into Gabby's jungle. But this is all just Raven having the freest game in the world, though. Again, he did have that free game last one on the troll. Wasn't able to carry it fully, but this game he has much better matchups versus his core matchups are just way better, and just overall matchups. And he's a really strong lifesteal in this game. Armel, looking at the room.
Get a very nice grab there. The Remnant into the arrow, but Cuckoo did manage to get Remnant out himself in time. The KP team's nearly being able to combo him down. He will live. Cuckoo. GeekFam mid lane. Walks in for the combo. I'm out. Very nice kickback there on K. And goes straight for the TP out, and he hit away. Cool-headed plays there from Armel as he kicks K to the side, ensures that he's not in the range of the Inkswell. Warming that tower mid is take a bit of pressure. TP's going to be cancelled as well from March, knows that he can't hold this alone. Gabby's going to try and push the wave back out with the illusions.
This is probably the better play than going for mid tower, but this is the harder one to take. This tower is going to be very heavily defended by TNC, used to them even bringing KP. But yeah, makes sense, you know, just try to pressure one of the towers, one of the two, and it is on Carl. He sees KP, he's got a big damage combo coming out here too.
Cuckoo.
Top.
Was able to get the dive on Tim's. Tim's tried his best to play out from it, was able to take off the flame guard with the arrow. Cuckoo had enough remnants to hunt him down at the trees despite the leap away. Cuckoo also able to pick up a second there. There's KP found on the side by K with the combo. Cuckoo getting a very good couple of kills there, thanks to that bit of play. And now this top tier 1 will probably fall here. TNC unable to do anything about holding on to that one.
Yeah, very nice moves by GeekFam so far this game. The aggressive plays are now he's committing forward into mid, but gets silenced. Will not be able to go for the kill onto Zephyr. Yeah, everything going in favor of GeekFam right now. 3k gold lead, Raven free farming, addressing towers, even getting Cuckoo involved like you were mentioning. Everything is working out for them at the moment. Well, Gabby needs so much. Gabby needs so much time. Like I think I've seen Nagastar actually picked 7 times in this league, and it's lost every single game.
I think it's not been, it's not had a great win rate for sure. Definitely not on the levels of some of the other sort of illusion farmers like Terrorblade. Yeah, this hero definitely seems to be a much more difficult one to win with.
Yeah, because he just doesn't, like, they have no way to hit buildings now. I'm looking at that for TNC, and I feel like the map is just going to quickly start shrinking a lot for them. And they have to just pretty much win fights, which sure, you can do if the Naga's getting involved and you sleep arrow or sleep combo with Jakiro, but I don't think Gabby wants to get involved for quite a long time, so it's just gonna be hard for them to really take any type of fights. They're gonna have to rely entirely on Armel with this Earth Spirit.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm gonna set up for the defense down bottom against GeekFam. Bring Cuckoo in. Try his best to keep this off it, but seems like they've got a lot of heroes. They could try and go for the kill on Cuckoo. Nice path is out. He's able to jump to the side there before Armel comes in. Still got a hunt for Cuckoo though. Cuckoo throws out his final remnant to the side. Another roll for Cuckoo's able to juke it. Jumps over to the remnant. Cuckoo will live. The Magnetize not enough damage to kill him. Whitemon looking for the courier. Raven, K, and Zephyr trying to chase down Armel. He's able to roll that. That's the haste room going. The courier kept it hidden from Whitemon. KP jumps to the side. He's got another astral step up in a second, but the silence connects into the slow. Cuckoo is going to jump forward. Can he get it with the slide? Oh, he tries to time it. He's got chains though, and he'll still be able to get it. Chains are up in time. KP's TP attempt is stopped. GeekFam find another now, 8-4, getting the kills for GeekFam and holding onto their towers, making sure that TNC just can't take these early tier 1s.
Yeah, that's what's always going to happen. Like TNC, in order for them to take tower, they have to just brute force it and get kills. Because Jakiro, sure, he takes towers when he has higher points in liquid fire, but you never get that build this early. So they just smash them quite easily. Top rune, Armel versus Carl.
TP coming in from Cuckoo. Very much ready to fight. Whenever there's an opportunity, he's going to go with those drums as well to really buff this early potential of the Ember.
Gabby, he is taking all the space stuff for his team. He's actually caught up in net worth versus that Lifestealer. Also finds himself an Iron earlier, one of the better neutraling items for those Ancients in particular. So he is still farming really well, which is something that is definitely going to always be a bit of a concern for GeekFam.
He's going to try and turn up for the fight here, potentially, Gabby.
Radiant are
He's got the
scared.
they've got the combo that we were mentioning.
Does he want to try and set up? He's going to try.
It's small though. It's a
Can he
small
actually
AoE
catch
now.
anyone? I don't know. He's not even going to get there. Okay, gets the range to Raven and Cuckoo. But now a little bit awkward for TNC to really do anything with it.
Oh, they dodged the Wrath of Nature with that invis from the Moonlit Shadow. Still stalking in the area. And now the counter's
trying to jump back in. They know that there's no song, there's no sort of protection for Gabby, so Gabby's really not going to want to fight now. So they've got to be careful. Armel able to roll away. Raven and Cuckoo couldn't get a hold on to either of those, both KP and Armel. A little too slippery.
Double damage.
Dire's
bottom.
middle tower is under
Zephyr.
attack.
Slow will connect, but there he used the arrow and the roll.
And he's out of that. And at the same time, mid, GeekFam, they're taking this tier 1 tower.
And they're
Toss forward as well. Okay, he's going to be setting up for Raven. Gets him in onto March. Underneath the tower, though. See, dark up the place. Whitemon is trying to find March. March will fall. Raven's drawn alone. And looks Whitemon plays TNC. They're going to be able to catch Raven. Raven will go down. Roll forward from Armel. He's looking towards K. Cuckoo jumps to the side. All through will be supported. He tries to run out of this, but Armel's in. Slaps him down as he has the DD. He's got the damage to claim him. Another rubber forward. They're going to be able to kill Carl. We'll pick him up to the high ground. Jump forward for Tim's. Well, maybe that kick actually sort of gave him a bit of freedom. He's trying to chase this still Armel, but he's out of stones for a couple of seconds.
Stone in 1 second, he should be able to catch him with the slow.
And
the combo.
Okay, he will still die though, surely, as Astral Step and the arrow comes in. TNC, I mean, that really was GeekFam diving a little too far. K tossing in Raven underneath the tier 2 tower to try and kill March's Jakiro. It ends up costing GeekFam 3 heroes.
It's not only just, it's a support, but it's under the tier 2, which gives you bonus armor, bonus HP regen by a pretty significant margin. And it's a Jakiro. He's tanky. Oh, bit of a blunder there by GeekFam. Carl does pay with his Black Thorn behind it, which I think is appropriate because he's the one who started that whole disaster.
Yeah. I mean, one thing you can know, that would probably be the point of the game where Raven types, GG, I go jungle. You know, if you just got tossed under your tier 2 by your mid-tiny, you're probably not turning up to fights for the next 10 minutes. You're like, well, screw you guys, I'm hitting creeps. The Raven knows that's the way he's got to play.
Yeah, but now he's definitely gonna fall behind this Gabby Naga started by quite a significant margin, and that's scary. This Naga has now pretty much just been enabled fully in the game to have a Manta, which can dodge majority of the ganks that will come out from GeekFam in the further. So that was a pretty big hold there for TNC. And we do see the potential of what they can. They have some crazy teamfight and chase with Armel being so armed and in the front line. Level 12 at the Vessel now finished too.
Yeah,
3,000 HP.
KP, as soon as the team fight starts to go terribly for GeekFam, they lose 1 or 2 heroes. You're gonna lose more. So much catch. I mean, Tim's as well. You can just chase forever.
Yep. And now they're starting to get the ball rolling for themselves. They're looking to constantly make these moves. Vessel, like we said, finished on Armel. He's feeling really powerful. 2,300 HP frontliner who starts the fights is always going to be a problem. Like, tiny combo is not going to matter as much. He's always going to be able to just charge. And he's 2 very fragile heroes bottom right now. They are wanting to collapse on him.
And Whitemon and Zephyr hiding behind the tower. They're stepping in. Smoke's going to dispel. They know that they're in these trees. KP's going to come up. Stiana's going to lead it on to Whitemon. Whitemon in trouble. The arrow connects in. The ice bomb. Whitemon will fall. KP jumping to the side. The magical fire laid down by March.
They're surrounded.
Burning low. Gabby's using the song hit to try and set up KP's got Remnant to come in after the song ends straight away behind. Side down to KP. KP's letting him down like combo onto Armel. And Armel, he's falling low. Time rolls to the side, but blocks it off. Armel's going to fall. Gabby's dropping the TP out. Does manage to make it away in time. But they still lose March on the back of it all. So at the end of it, it's a 3 for 2. As 3 go down on GeekFam. The buyback was there from Whitemon. Did land to secure the kill onto March. So a little bit of crazy skirmish. Nearly went horribly for TNC as they were very close to losing Gabby there. Gabby able to just make it out with its TP.
The song actually looked like it almost hurt them more. I think they were just gonna get a kill and maybe get out, but they wanted the song and just, I mean, they got a little greedy. They just wanted more than they probably could have actually accomplished. Even though they had the nice ice path, it was, I think, only level 1 or level 2, I believe, before the fight actually kicked off, so it was not the longest amount of disable. Arrow was still on cooldown, and like you said, the rest of GeekFam had arrived afterwards. Still a nice aggressive play for them to, you know, keep hold of, but we're giving GeekFam just a little bit more. And Cuckoo, he's going for Radiance. He's actually queued it up, so he's wanting to be that, you know, the addresser for the Naga Siren, so they don't have to worry.
Yeah.
If it does progress to that point.
I mean, it makes sense, yeah. Because you've already got someone building the Yone. Well, eventually, obviously, Raven won't do the Maelstrom yet. He wants to... Oh, no, sorry, will. Sorry, does. He actually does, because he does want to have that go full in on the ways of dealing with the illusions. So, yeah, so full Yone done already on Raven. Yeah, if you're able to add a Radiance into that from Cuckoo, these illusions are going to be, you know, definitely dealt with. They will have a solid answer for the illusions for most of the game, you know, at least until Gabby has like the heart, then sure there'll be a, you know, they're not going to die instantly, but if there's a Radiance and a Miona in play, these illusions are going to fall very fast.
Absolutely. He's still quite a long way from the Radiance, but you can tell that they're thinking, they're addressing, you know, you always have to address your core matchups, address what you think is going to be the big concern in the game, and they know it's Gabby. They're not building, I don't see anyone actually building a pipe. Maybe, I guess Whitemon will be the one that builds the mech in the pipe. It's still really good for them this game.
Are scanning.
But they're spotting Gabby. They have a ward right on top of him.
Okay. That's going to get in. Gabby's going to get the chance to put the side on the side. This is out onto him, and Gabby, he goes down.
Armel's in.
He's trying to get them a response. He is on top of K, and the ice pile's there, so they'll find the Tiny. Can they get anything more from this TNC? Look at Overwatch Raven. He's got range back up in a couple of seconds, but the stuff in the arrow from Tim's snipes him perfectly. Roll Boulder as well, cancels the TP and Zephyr. TNC, they'll finish off the Grim. The Sire's down to Cuckoo. Cuckoo and Whitemon cannot try and get out of there. Cuckoo, he's still got 2 rebels to play with. He's still trying his best to fight back onto Tim's. Will jump off to the side. Tim's chasing the arrow, won't catch him. Cuckoo's able to dodge it. Cuckoo and Whitemon to escape. I'm gonna chase this. Doesn't look like it. Still trying, but no more stones now. Totally out of stones again on Armel, so nothing else to set up for a silence or anything onto Cuckoo. So another fight where TNC, they do win in numbers. I mean, they did end up losing Gabby there, right? But Gabby, he's still got his item finish. He has the Diffusal Mantle done at a very good time, 20 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, and they showed up. They just fought a 4v5 and completely pushed GeekFam away. Armel just being this beastie frontliner, and they get the godly connection, right, onto Raven, I believe it was. That kick into the arrow from Expeditions. Tim's will die, but Cuckoo mid.
It's the silent setup there. Cashes him out, and that's, you know, for when you're rushing that relic, that's gonna hurt. Constantly taking a pretty big hit to bank account.
Radiant's middle
down that relic
tower
timing. And TNC in the mid. They'll clear out the trees with the Macropire. Make sure this is a free tower for them to take, and it will be. Zephyr, not much you can do over the pro down. Some stroke of fates from the side. K is coming over. Radiant's tower already taken out. TNC now able to they're starting to get a lot of these objectives themselves, and as each of these passing minutes occur, Gabby is getting that little bit further ahead of Raven, and Raven's going to struggle to keep up if GeekFam don't find him some fights and some kills to get involved in.
Yeah, that's definitely very costly for him. They have to always just, I think he has to be, and I always want to say it, but like I know a lot of teams don't like doing this, but in those type of fights and stuff, like he has to be, probably wants to infest inside of someone to get into the backlines. The backlines actually cause a lot of problems. That was just, I mean, that situation was just such a bad place for them to chase forward and fight. It was just godly by TNC chasing from Armel. So yeah, we're really seeing the potential of this Earth Spirit, how much he can actually do in the fights. 7, 2, and 5, off to a great start. Camping bottom rune, via regen.
Dire's top tower is is under attack.
Yeah, they've got to get in here, GeekFam, but TNC is smoked up. So TNC, again, look at a fight. Being very active themselves with Gabby, and understandably so with this man-to-defusal time.
Yeah.
They get on top of anyone in an ice path, they're just going to get shredded by Gabby right now.
He's super ready to fight. This is perfect opportunities for them to actually look to smoke up.
So look at mid, it's a little deep. So yeah, they're not going to try and commit for that under the tier 2.
Yeah, they're at a good amount stronger right now than GeekFam in a full 5v5, especially if they get a good song combo, which they should in theory get most of the time with Gabby being this tanky force and Armel always being in the front line. Bottom tower, their Moonlight Shadow to set up, Armel committing forward. He wants Whitemon, will he find him?
Ooh, nearly out of at least one of the two there. Very, very close attempt from Armel. Not quite having the angle there into the trees.
He's feeling real strong though. Almost BKB finished on Armel too, so when he has that, he has no fear to get into the back line. So we see Blink picked up for Zephyr.
All right, I mean, I guess just getting in with the quick silence from close range onto some of these elusive heroes.
Just always, I mean, it's like the best positioning item really for him too. It's always going to be really nice. We even saw, I mean, I didn't really mention it, but down bottom when they get those kills when everyone dove, it actually was the Soulbind a lot that did the double toss even. That damage did make the difference. So he just is all worried about his positioning so to get the double grab. Whitemon, a deep position here, getting some wards down, kind of watching TNC. Fight looks like it might commence here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Okay, jumping on KP.
Gets defensively uled.
Does make it away. They have found Whitemon, but Tim's just going to spot him out. Tim's himself very tanky right now, the hood and the left. They roll in onto Whitemon, and that'll be a kill on the Prophet.
Tower is under attack.
It was a magnetize used, so they are going to know that that's going to be on cooldown. But Gabby, he doesn't care. He's like, Nature's Prophet's dead for 60. That's their mech. He wants to try to catch one more. Won't quite be able to, but we'll clear out the ancient area.
I was thinking about using the song there, but I didn't quite have the range to catch them.
Okay, maybe he cuts. Yeah, maybe he cuts for this tower. They get themselves what looks like should be 3 bounty runes at least. Pretty good move there for TNC.
Fortified.
Maybe Tim goes for the 4th.
What?
Can they get a hold?
Not too good.
Oh, no. Cuckoo and Carl in the region to push Tim's away.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Tim's
Full
does have the... Yeah, he's very, very tanky Mirana right now. Aggressive pipe. Also, going to get the Greaves X14 mid lane. KP. And set up onto Carl. Armel's going to roll in. There are things well. Protecting K's, the stun kicks in onto Armel, arrow comes out, won't connect, K's able to dodge it, but the silence is there onto him, they're staying on top of this timing, they're forcing the ball for the rest of the team. The Yule setup's there, there's no backup around, 4K's got one more Avalanche top to go, the Nature's Trap does come crashing through, but not enough damage to kill either Gabby or Armel as the ice path holds him in place, the Tiny will fall. They get the kill on K, the rest of GeekFam to get out of there. Some big items coming out from both sides, Scardy is complete for the Naga Siren. And of course, as we've just seen on GeekFam, Cuckoo has now got the full Radiance ready to go.
Yep. So Radiance is going to be great for that. Mid lane, KP.
Gets one hit, aside, Cuckoo, and he's getting pulled back as well by the Raven. Cuckoo's in trouble, Cuckoo!
I am harsh.
Dives at the front lines. Raven's going to go for the TP out with the rage, nothing to stop it. He is away, but yeah, just jumping straight into the front of that fight. TNC were prepared. They have a lot of control that they can just turn around and catch out that Ember.
And if they did see that Radiance, which I'd expect they did, they're going to know there's no way that this Ember has buyback. They can commit for this Roach Pit quite easily. Big things for Armel here.
They're still coming over, but TNC are happy to fight. They've got the vision here, they've seen them on the high ground. TNC's going straight into them. They know there's no airstrip. Raven's still able to get the range up for the turn. They're out to get launching, they're able to follow up Ice Farm. They have the chain control to hold this tiny place. Cuckoo's going to be back up in a bit, but the team fight already lost. They've lost Carl, they've lost their grid. Whitemon's trying to run away range of the tier 2 tower. He'll survive. It's TNC doing an excellent job of pushing GeekFam away from being anywhere close to the pit, winning another fight. Now 7k ahead. I mean, GeekFam, he's trying to poke at this. Cuckoo's running. Red gonna grab him. He's just running to his death once more. They're trying to fight 3 versus 5. I mean, you don't have to be great at maths to know that's just never going to work out. They lose 2 more heroes, GeekFam, as they were just too stubborn around this area. They tried to force that fight so hard. TNC just walked over and took the kills with ease every single time.
I mean, that was just back-to-back deaths from Cuckoo. Some massive ones, too. Armel with some BKB just leads the charge, and they just get handed these kills. Like you said, they just have the number advantage. They know how much stronger they are with the constant chase. And they have the control. Like Cuckoo, he's... Oh my god, mid! Carl!
They're going to get another? The Yules, as you say, the Yules setup. I mean, TNC playing on the, they're playing on the same page. And GeekFam, they're playing in different libraries. There's just no coordination. It's just feed after feed at the moment. And TNC, they're booming at it. 9k lead. They've got Roche, they've got the Aegis. GeekFam's as well on the way. KP only 500 gold off from having a full Aghanims.
Oh my god, they just got so much. Like, everyone finishes a full item. Like you said, Gabby had just finished a Scotty. He's on his way toward a heart now. Scotty versus Lifestealer is going to make the matchup super hard. Aghanim is also on KP soon. Like, they just get all the items that they needed for the end game. And now Cuckoo again.
I mean, someone's got to find the stop line for GeekFam. I mean,
for Cuckoo?
I don't know who's sort of the...
Radiant's middle tower.
They've got to find the conductor of this feed train, and they've got to shoot him down. It's just never ending.
Radiant's middle tower.
I think he cuts the creep wave mid, but the tower. Okay, backdoor does kick in.
Vanish.
Oh, we cancelled the KP CP. That was it. But yeah, GeekFam need to sort of take hands off the keyboard, have a bit of a breather, sort of gather themselves and go, all right, we need to stop. We need to start getting the sort of team play back together. I mean, they literally did that. People were dying one by one. About I sort of lost count. I think maybe even close to 10 deaths in a row between the team.
Gabby is stepping very far forward here.
Taking the once. If they get the second time, keep trying to head over Gabby. Lost the match, but the silence wasn't after it. Gabby in trouble. He is gonna fall. GeekFam, they get Gabby. They turn over towards KP. KP, he tried to jump away there with the dissimilate. He didn't make it down to the low ground. So it looks like, GeekFam, they've managed to find their way off the feed train, and TNC, they've just boarded onto it, as they've just lost the Aegis, and Gabby's life after it, and KP throws himself in as well.
Gabby is just alone, like on an island, with his whole team somewhere else. He's just farming Ancients like there's no worries at all. Like, I mean, this is some weird plays coming out for sure. TNC may be getting a little bit too happy with the last few moments, just forgetting the game that's going on still around them. Just farming Ancients nowhere near your team with Aegis. GeekFam capitalizes. They get some big kills, and still TNC in very comfortable spot as they picked up, I think, like 2 more plus items on almost every single one of their heroes after those last few blunders. But yeah, they just lose their Aegis and quite a bit of momentum.
Yeah, still a big gap for Raven to catch up in that comparison between him and Gabby. He's got the only Basher Halberd so far. Is trying to get the AC up next for his team.
Yeah, he's got the sliver as well too, pretty strong. He just has to worry about a lot more things now in this game, right? Like KP, once he gets Ags, Lifestealer's whole game becomes way more difficult. You're gonna have to worry about getting chain silenced back to back and not getting rage off in a lot of fights. Like, rage is your saving grace, and that instant silence from Resonant Pulse with 2 charges can just change the entire matchup. And KP's gonna have it done any moment now.
See if they want to make a quick play with that.
Radiant are scared.
Be surprised.
Yeah, I think so. And I think like they're getting close to what Gabby's almost got a heart finish too. So heart plus Ags they're definitely going to look to fight. They might even be able to find Cuckoo here, as he's pretty far forward. Yeah, he has a defensive remnant in the camp, but he gets caught by the song. Does he get the arrow timing? They do.
Perfectly done. Perfectly done. I mean, as you said at the start, this combo is, yeah, there's not an answer to it. If you get that song into arrow, clean setup, you're going to be able to get pickoffs with it every single time.
Mm-hmm. And immediately with the smoke, they're looking to catch again while Ember is down. Should be some easy kills if they're able to find them. KP zooming up toward the top of the map. He knows someone's going to be up here. It's Carl. He's found him.
I was going to jump on him. Ravenly, did he get it? KP. He's able to jump off to the side here. Now to TNC want to try and chase a fight. It's March. Armel coming in from the side. They're looking to use a kill on Zephyr first. Zephyr. This is the pipe debuff that was able to be provided by the Prophet in time. But it's worth saying. Still goes down. They're also able to cancel the TP out from Whitemon. They take down the 2 supports. And TNC as they push GeekFam out of the jungle.
And they're going to get D-wards too because of the way that KP was jumped on initially from that Tiny, so they know that those were there. They take that out, clear out their jungle, and they can cruise now forward. They have some really nice wards here, so they see Raven running back to base at the moment here, so they know exactly where everybody on the side of GeekFam pretty much is based off that.
And like it's TNC, are you sort of happy to relax and go for sort of the next big item on the Naga Siren on Gabby, get the Abyssal, or already with this Manta Skadi Heart Diffusal, can you start to think about trying to push up to the high ground and really putting the pressure onto GeekFam to fight you at their base?
I think you just close the map. I think you can just like Naga Siren, it can do Naga Siren things, right? You send Illusion one lane, you send half your hero to another, have your team play between the two. I think you can really suffocate them, but also still play aggressively.
Quantum Tap will be another 3-1 for TNC. For Octarine, TNC.Armel. And always going to have the stones to play with.
And an Arcane Rune, so
Radiant's
really going to capitalize.
Oh,
and a Quickening Charm. Okay, you know, it doesn't stack the same as it was before, but that's going to be really nice for his stones to recharge.
And they're heading the right direction here. They're going straight towards GeekFam coming out on the top lane. GeekFam are starting to get out there, but Cuckoo, he's been left behind once again. Constantly finding this Ember. I mean, Cuckoo is desperately trying to get his BKB done. He's about 500 gold away from it.
Look at the...
Until he has it, they'll get him every time.
Look at the stone refresh time. You can for Armel. Look at it go. Look at that circle.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's an Earth Spirit stream right there. Just
it really is. It should just be like that all the time. Yeah. It should always be like that.
He's just got so much to play with.
Yeah, back up the full stones after using 3 of them, making its way to the top. Map is pretty good for them right now. Only Raven up in that top, so yeah, press forward.
Radiant structures are fortified.
We have it. High ground siege. Ready to go for what are they going to do in response? They'll be fine without Cuckoo still for 20 seconds. GeekFam will do something soon. These ranks are going down. Jump forward for K, but K's getting silenced on the way to knocks out into the ice bar. But then anyway, save K here. I don't think so. He's gone. He is gone for 70 seconds. And he went full in on that E-Blade purchase, so he's not got the money for buyback, K. He's down for a minute. TNC, they've got the bottom like moving in as well. Finally, the BKB is finished from Cuckoo, so he can commit a little harder without worrying about dying straight off. As long as he can get the BKB off before he does go forward.
If you get hit by any stun, though, they have more than enough follow-up.
Yeah. This 30 seconds without the tiny, it's hurting them. Gonna try jumping. Cuckoo looks towards Tim's, but KP jumps forward. Cuckoo forward. This on BKB Gabby. They use the song, so Raven still a cooldown for 8 seconds. Ice pop into the arrow. They do it so damn clean, TNC. This game, the setup, the follow-ups, they've just always been there. This lineup from TNC It really is. You get one
Radiant's bottom barracks
sort of initiation. The follow-up is just there from the entire squad. And there's nothing that can be done.
Dire's top
KP, he's
tower
even
is
fishing
under
for more in the
attack.
base. There we have it again. The Remnant into the arrow. The E-Blade is protecting Cuckoo. As Carl may have just saved his life. Cuckoo's going to be able to jump aside. He will. So Carl there. Nice E-Blade play to stop any physical damage coming out onto Cuckoo. Will keep him alive. Carl also actually going to look for the jump in onto Gabby, but Gabby's so tanky right now. KP back in with the Astral, pulls him into the Ice Path, but TNC, they'll keep it cool. They've got the racks on the lanes that they could. There's still a tier 2 top. They'll just back away. They're at a 19k lead. No need to try and throw anything away in the mid lane, going for an unnecessary kill.
Super nicely done by TNC. The way they execute the fights, like you said, just the chain stun, they have so much of it, and Gabby, I mean, the song in particular, bottom was on point. He saw the rage was done. Yeah, I mean, now it seems like they just have such firm grasp of this game. The Tiny's game is over. Gabby's way too tanky for them to deal with, and he has a great fighting lineup behind him.
I mean, because I feel like, do you not look at GeekFam, maybe some of the itemization, and feel like, you know, surely they needed some combo breakers, right? Like you look at Zephyr, it's like, is Blink really doing more than maybe something like a Force or, you know, something to save his teammates when they do get caught out by these catches from TNC?
I absolutely agree. I mean, this is always Zephyr's playstyle, though. He is a super greedy player. This is always the kind of thing he goes for, but they always do have that lack of save for his teammates. Leading the charge forward here.
Oh, they're going to try and jump for Tim's to go with the first. Tim's in trouble for sure. Is he actually bleeds out the punch and the jumps? He's out of there. They couldn't even burn Tim's. He's more than fine. But now TNC are going to try and kill Gabby. Nulls up. Narrow hits on the Cuckoo. The microphone down as well. Gabby on top of them. Jumps over with the Abyssal Blade. Cuckoo gets the beat every also. And then managed to kill KP. KP goes down. Soulbind connecting Gabby and Armel together. Gabby bashed up by Raven. Onto Gabby, can he finish off his Naga Siren? Gabby's getting low, but the song's out on time. Gabby will manage to save himself now, but it's a long stun. Goes for the TP out. Is it enough to get away? It's not enough time. They'll cancel his TP. As he was stunned for so long going into that stun, he could not TP out in time. And GeekFam, they get 2 massive kills there. They kill KP, who also spends his buyback, and they also manage to kill off Gabby.
Perfect place for them to fight, really. Like, they just were all surrounding their ward, just seeing the entirety of the outskirts of the fight. And they get the perfect targets in the front line. 60 seconds. And they might actually be able to capitalize and take a rush here.
They could certainly give it a shot.
How long on
Raven? Raven's got good items. He's got the full AC and 100 gold.
Okay. Arrow's going to be fishing. Do they have macro pile available? They do. So March, as soon as that arrow hits, he's probably going to throw the macro in there. He's a little afraid of a tiny toss. Get it down.
Try to throw the ult to the side, but they're in there. Getting swapped up on the 2 and March. He's dead. Turn over towards Armel. Armel rolls away. March is going to buy back. TNC, they do not want to let this Roshan go to the hands of GeekFam.
I think they may have stalled him long enough, though. Yeah, 20 seconds until the Naga Siren's up. They keep toying around the pit, but looks like GeekFam, they really are trying to go on at you. Armel, BKB.
He's able to put the BKB and get away. He'll be able to roll up to the side. They can't block it. Armel's up to the high ground. He'll live.
Space made.
Still thinking about Roshan, though, GeekFam.
I don't know. This Naga Siren's coming back, and your base is about to get super pushed.
They got to do it quick. They've got to do it quick.
Dire's courier has been killed.
They're not making it time.
The Naga Siren's keeping up. The Naga Siren's here. KP is going to jump in and some of it. Jump back in on KP. First combo not enough. Heal that one breach for Tim's. KP also able to dissimulate, jumps back to the rest of his teammates. Sprout put in position, but Roshan powers through it. Turns back over towards Cuckoo. Cuckoo getting silenced. He has his BKB active, ready to pop. It is there. Roshan's so low right now. I think if anything, GeekFam's probably got on for a steal. Now they're going to try and go again. Another BKB charge comes up. Very low cooldown with all that cooldown protection that he does have. Bash out onto KP. Another jump off into the trees. Jumps up to the side of the high ground, but the Gabby, he's going to look to turn it around. Who are they going to set up on? They're getting it over the Raven. The arrow is there. Perfect. Time's back down. The physical isn't enough to save Raven. He's getting away. He's heavily invested in Zephyr. Raven will live. He's alive for now. They killed off KP. They turn now over towards Zephyr. Armel still silence. I pop out, catches out. The
throne is dying.
He's getting hit by the arrow indeed. The creeps are winning it. The creeps are winning it. They've got to get back. They've got to get back. GeekFam. Cuckoo has got buyback. He'll be able to hold the ancient. He'll be able to hold the ancient. They will be able to defend. The creeps indeed nearly winning the game there for TNC.
I can't believe that they get Raven out. Oh my god, I can't believe he gets the infest off. The slight little status resistance he had from the sliver as well as the halberd, he's able to get the, like, he got silence as well from Resident Pulse after they get the arrow combo onto him. Great E-blade play from K.
These E-blades,
either way,
yeah.
Either way, they still aren't able to actually successfully guard around that rush though, and their base is in absolute jeopardy now.
Yeah, they've got a bit of time here to have their ancient go back up, but obviously with having to head back, all of Roshan's benefits going to TNT Tims with his cheese and Aegis on Armel. TNT heroes are just they're so tanky. Yeah, I mean Tims, Vanguard, Pipe, Greaves, you know you can't kill this man.
Oh, and a flicker. I mean, make it even harder for you to kill him. He's keeping the leveler for now, but yeah, they're pinging. Like this, like the Mirana is really a problem. Like Tims is making them so much tankier in the fights, and it has been like that for the majority. They've really been trying to focus fire him, but he always just met Greaves, gets a couple leaps away, and he's always available for the follow up with the arrow. And he's been connecting the majority of the times. Yeah, they're executing just really nicely on TNC. Besides the few botched, you know, just random deaths in weird positions, but all their team fights have been nice.
And it's good to see Tims doing this, because Tims, you sort of talk about how supports like to go. He always does feel like a team player with his iron builds. You know that pretty much 90% of the other Mirana players in this position would be going MKB, Daedalus. You know, they would be going for the right clicker, but you know, Tims realizes that this is just much more beneficial to the team. And you know, 6-4 and 22, he's having a great game with this build.
Yeah, and then he's going to be going for Abyssal later, like versus Lifestealer. What else are you supposed to anyway do on a Mirana? You got your Hex probably, but this is your BKB piercing disable versus Lifestealer, and it's really all just Lifestealer this game now. It's just Raven that they have to worry about and address. So it definitely makes sense to do that. As they're backing up, finishing their last few items. They actually passed the flicker to Gabby, by the way, so I don't feel like you're ever going to kill this Naga again now. They've been able to kill him before because of these constant lockdowns and slows, but now it's 5,000 HP with ways to reset in the mid-phase.
TNC gearing up for his third high ground push. Top lane of racks, the final rack standing. Bounty runes out. White one is able to teach out, get himself at least stood down this right side for GeekFam. Gabby ready to start working on his 7th item. He's got a lot of money.
Carl actually commits his buys a Dagon and commits his buyback to upgrade the Dagon by 1 when he doesn't have buyback now. That's a little bit of a weird one for me from Carl.
Dire structures are fortified.
Like he would have buybacks, but he bought a 2nd level of Dagon and has 100 damage.
I mean, maybe that 100 damage is going to get them a kill.
Maybe. Or a 2nd life. Hopefully he doesn't die and we don't get the gold for it, as Critical has to pop the BKB.
Yeah, that aggressive dive did spook him enough to pop it. Can bring it down after a 6-second BKB. Trying to do their best to hold, but slowly but surely TNC are taking this tier 3 tower down. It is falling. Whitemon is going to try and get a signature from behind. And he comes out with the TP, he's able to get it here on the cliff. Let's get many information up. 5K, he's going to jump in. E-blade as well on the march, not enough burst. Cuckoo tries for the grab, slight change, but it's just so tanky with all these auras on TNC. Poking at them does not do much at all, and Whitemon's been found. Ooh, he's able to slide his way out with a 4-star. There's 5 heroes surrounding. Whitemon lives to see another day. Okay, we are going to have Gabby as well spending up. Yeah, I mean, he himself he has got the money to rely on. Goes for another fire, sells up his defeater blade to free up the swap for it. And here's Cuckoo. Another save. This is only one save that K can continue to use. Will help people live. They're making slow but sure progress here, TNC. As GeekFam just not really able to just give them the fight that they need to try and slow down these rounds. Going ahead, they'll try. Can they do it? It's all important. Do they have the damage that can make the BK pieces down to half HP? Can they bring him down the fashion there? Raven's got the damage. He's able to take him out. Gabby goes down. Hard tries to roll away. Tim's pops the cheese. But KP picks up the double kill. The silence in their odds. Raven will fall as Raven went in on that MKB purchase, meaning there's no money for buyback. He comes back forward to try and slow down the remaining 4 of TNC, but there's not much more he can offer as he has to slide back to the side. They're without K, they're without Raven for a full minute. Got fortification, Cuckoo still trying his best. Charging in, KP lays down a remnant, won't catch Cuckoo. Can GeekFam really hold with just the 3 of them? Sure, there's no Gabby, but still the Red TNC are so strong right now. And TNC, they'll be able to do it here at top. They'll take this final Rex as the Mega creeps out against GeekFam. Still trying to poke Cuckoo, pull out by the side. That's Force gets him out of the ice bar, but BKB still pull out for 10 seconds. And Cuckoo, he's X, he's killed off. Cuckoo down. And yeah, the Ancient exposed. They're looking to close this. The tip's starting to come out. This game 2 is over and done with. And with that, the series, TNC will be the ones to take it today. 2-0, ending this one.
And they tip Cuckoo after they win.